I love reading, I love reading. Yes, I do, yes, I do. Early in the morning, even in the evening. How about you? How about you? Good afternoon. Well, April is National Poetry Month, and this week we're going to examine a few pieces from that genre. These poems will be found on commonlit.org, Hi Samarian, and if you're not remembering how to log into those, you can always refer back to your login sheet. It gives you instructions on how to log into CommonLit. If you don't have the login sheet, don't worry because I did give this to you in your last packet. Okay, so we have today, I'm the Library Lady by J. Patrick Lewis, written in 2012. J. Patrick Lewis is an American poet and prose writer known for writing children's poetry. And this one was a fun one. Shout out to Mrs. Ivy for being our awesome library lady. I know that she has, hi Mrs. Vitoa, she hasn't been able to be in her library this year, but she was able to make it work by being mobile. She took a cart to wherever she needed to be, sometimes in the lab, sometimes even in the hallway, and even in the parent center. So thank you, Mrs. Ivy, for all that you have done as far as being our wonderful library lady. All right, so in the poem, we find that the speaker describes books that can be found at the library. Oh, thank you again, Mrs. Ivy, for sharing with us former First Lady Obama's Monday readings that she shares with us. Those are really, really great. I just watched the one about the dragon. It was a really, really cute story. All right, so let's go to the poem. If you're looking for a good fiction, welcome to my jurisdiction in the Dewey Decimal Yard. I can find the perfect story. Humor, goofy, vampire, gory, novels, grand, adventure, glory. Let me see your library card. No, there's nothing more exciting for someone who's into writing than to fricassee a mind. 'Cause a book is like an oven. What it's cooking is book loving. Set the temperature, then shove in every brain cell you can find. All right, so jurisdiction is one of our words. You can find in the footnotes. It says it's the territory. Where is it? The territory over which someone has power or authority. So if you could think of any other times you've heard the word jurisdiction, maybe with a police officer that says that's outside of my jurisdiction, which means I don't have authority over that place. Well, this librarian says that this is her jurisdiction, which means she knows everything there is to know about the books that are in that library and probably the kids who come to visit the library. Another word that we see is, footnote 2, is Dewey Decimal. Now, the Dewey Decimal System, as you can see here, is used in libraries to organize books. If you see that fiction books are separated in alphabetical order, or you see that in the numerical order, the 100s are books about this topic and the 200s are books about this topic, and you might be able to find your favorite athletic book and maybe I'm not sure, Miss Ivy could help me there, the 500s or 600s. The Dewey Decimal System basically helps the books to stay organized, so that if you're looking for a book on Kobe Bryant, then you won't be looking in the fiction section with Junie B. Jones. That doesn't make any sense. Junie B. Jones would be in the fiction chapter book section, and then a book on the Civil War would be in the nonfiction system, according to the Dewey Decimal System. So that's what that refers to as far as the Dewey Decimal Yard. It's not a real yard. It's just that's what she's familiar with. That's where she works. That's her territory. And then the third footnote I see is fricassee. And even I had to look that one up. Fricassee says, a way of cooking meat or vegetables by stewing it in stock. And I found an image of fricassee that you can look up yourself by Google, or I can post it later. It doesn't matter. But it says the fricassee in mind, it means that you're going to cook it together. Not really cook it, but it says right there as a backup, a book is like an oven. And what it's cooking is book loving, wanting you to love the book. All right. Any book that's written is written with the intent to either persuade you to do something, entertain you, or inform you of something. And we want you to celebrate books and appreciate books and really, really delve into reading. So with that being said, let's go on to the questions. All right. Number 1. Which sentence describes the theme of the poem? A, in order to find books, you need to know how they're sorted. That's helpful, but I'm not sure that's what the entire poem was about. B, the books you find in the library will make you love reading. That's a good possibility. Sometimes when you go in the library and you see something that catches your attention, such as maybe a sci-fi book about Fortnite, it makes you want to read more books just like that. C, only people who like to write will enjoy reading a book. Well, that's not true. Because little kids that are like 2 or 3 years old enjoy reading books or even pretending to read books, but they can't write very well. So let's not choose that one. Or D, once you start a book, it's impossible to put it down. And sometimes that is the case. Most times it's not. So let's choose our answer there. And then I'm going to have to go on and choose because I have to back it up in part B. The books you find in the library will make you love reading. So let's find evidence that what you find will make you love reading. And of course, we've already discussed that. Look there. A book is like an oven, and what is cooking is book loving. All right, that's our evidence. All right. Number 3. What does stanza 1 say about books in the library? That they're educational, they're outside, that the library has different kinds of books, or the books in the library are boring. If we eliminate the books are outside, they're not, or the books are boring, we don't want to say they're boring, then that leaves us with books are educational, or the library has different kinds of books. Let's read stanza 1 again. If you're looking for a good fiction, welcome to my jurisdiction in the Dewey Decimal Yard. I can find the perfect story, humor, goofy, vampire, gory, novels, grand adventure, glory. Let me see your library card. There she has given us different types of books. Funny books, gory books, a lot of blood and stuff. Novels, which are classic or grand, and adventure, a lot of action, glorious. All right, so that should give you the answer to number 3. And then 4 says, what does fricassee of mind mean? And I've already explained that. I did post on the main page a couple of discussion questions. I would like to hear your takes on that. The poem lists several different genres or kinds of books. What kinds of books do you like to read and why? And then the second discussion question, the librarian in the poem loves books. Think about the teachers and librarians at your school. How do they feel about books? What reasons do they give for why reading books is important? And how do you feel about books? Please be sure to share your answers. I'm looking forward to hearing from them. If you complete this on paper, that is perfectly fine. If you want to try to do it on commonlit.org, that is also fine. Either one. I will be checking Common Lit to see if anybody has logged in. And I think that's going to end our lesson for today. And I'm a big gospel music fan, so I want to close with this kind of funny. I love reading. You don't love reading? What's wrong with you? Have a good day, y'all. See you later.